I was telling Lori, I watched a documentary thing on octopuses that James Cameron did with Paul Rudd.
They're freaking smart.
What the fuck?
Smart.
They're the coolest things. Like, I can't believe they're on the planet with us. Like, the fact they can just, like, change their shape and color.
Camo.
Like,
Chromatophores.
wow.
That skin thing.
Like, and it was so cool because in this, the woman that's, like, diving, like, had been going and seeing these same octopuses for so long that
Octopi. Thank you.
Recognized her and, like, was letting them film stuff like normally they wouldn't be able to see and interacting with her. It was wild.
Did they say they were as smart as a cat? They are.
I said cat?
A cat.
A cat, C-A-T? Are cats smart?
Yeah.
I thought they'd be smarter. I thought they were, like, as smart as humans.
No way. Hell no. Octopus?
Well,
no.
They're more intelligent than, most. And what if they actually are really, really smart and they have their own language and they just talk shit about us all the time? And they're going to take us in.
I'm looking at their brain size. I'm thinking probably not. What is this, Scott? Oh, it's cuke?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a fatty.
Yeah, I picked it early, too.
Mini
It got a lot
pickles.
bigger.
I can't believe the
nice.
octopuses, like, protect their babies and then die. Like, they starve to death, like, protecting, like, and then they get sperm and store it in packs. Like, that's fucking
Did you
weird.
see him undo a bottle?
Like, yeah, well, like, the one just shot one out and took another one in. It's like, how does she decide, like, okay, this is going to be the sperm or whatever it is? Like,
Nature.
weird, right? Like, and it just happens. They
can take this off. Do you see that? They can take this off.
Yes.
And they can also, if Scott had 2 aquariums and there's something they wanted in this one at night, they get out and do the across the room and back. That's crazy
Mark
shit.
Rober did a video where he set up an obstacle course for this octopus and tried to go back in, and that was like literally doing a safe. It like figured out how to slide between stuff. It just like figured out every trick he had.
And they look at you.
And then got all the shrimp at the end, and then he let him go back in the ocean. So, but yeah, like I did not know that about octopuses. That was I'm becoming more like one of the arms is like the mating arm for the dudes, and like it's
I
so
didn't know
sensitive.
that.
All the suckers, like it's crazy.
Are you right tentacled or left tentacled?
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, he's extended his mating arm, and they'll touch each other.
We're gonna begin the octadiddle.
This documentary too, when they show the mating, it's Paul Rudd, and he's like, and he's trying to find the spot. That's not it. And she's not happy. He's gonna have to chase her. It shows. It's like, is this octopus raping this other octopus? Because he's gonna have to impress her. And it's like, oh, she shoots out her previous person's sperm or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there goes this little thing shooting out. I'm like, what the fuck is this crazy?
We're like that though too. Scott does that.
Well,
I don't know which part.
storing sperm sacs.
Well, we've both done it. We've all done it.
My sperm in my waist satchel.
This message goes out to Dave Brinko. The octopi are restless.
The octopi are very cool. Octopuses. Octopuses?
That's what she said.
Scott, you have a very nice tan.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir. I very much appreciate it.
I'm fixing to get on the Tava program because it's getting sunny.
Yeah. You got the nice little haircut right now going on. It's all like parted like mine. You got yours all slick back. We're all like the slick backs. Welcome to another edition of the Adjust the Mic podcast. We are at episode 195.
95.
I have Colleen and Thad with us again tonight. What's going on?
Hey, Scott.
Ladies and gents.
Greetings.
How are you guys doing?
Just talking about octopuses.
I miss you guys. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
A lot's been going on. It's been good, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Orlando Magic were playing, so we can't have a podcast if the Magic are on. And I felt so bad because I was like, hey, are we recording Thursday? And then Brent's like, the draft and the Magic are on tonight. I'm like, Scott, do you really want me?
I totally wasn't even in that frame of mind of even thinking about that yet. So I'm like, yeah, we're recording.
Yeah.
And as soon as you brought that up, I'm like, oh, the Magic, yeah.
I was like, I'm not taking that from him.
We'll do it next week. That's fine.
How did that go?
It's been going well.
Orlando Magic. Oh, Orlando Magic. They playing that song on the friggin' yeah.
I love it.
It's that cheesy ass old song from back in the day.
I am super proud of the Orlando Magic. First off, we lost the first 2 games up in Cleveland. They played very well. Their inside game, we tried to switch things up and throw Isaac down low, like one of our really good defenders that we have coming off the bench. He's been one of the best defenders in the league this year, not the, but one of them. And he putting him in a starting lineup, for whatever reason, Cleveland has exposed some of our weaknesses and just took advantage of it. We should have made the change after the first game failure and went back to our regular season. Most people, remember I was telling you on the last episode, a lot of teams, they'll take their 14, 15 players, 16 on their roster, and they'll play their best maybe 7 or 8. They really tighten things up and only play the players they can depend on the most because things are more intense. But the Magic are such a deep team. It's kind of what's made us good this year is that our second unit, our bench comes in, and that's a whole different 4 to 5 players. It's like anywhere from 3 to 5 can come in and change, and they play really well together. It really benefits us in the second quarters and in between that third and fourth quarter there, and that messed it up when we finally came back to Orlando and played. We play with our long format lineup with all of our bench players. We let everybody. We ended up winning by quite a bit. The next game we won by more than anybody's Cleveland's ever.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Our young players, Franz finally had a good game. I'll say this overall, everybody online is gushing about how good Paolo Banchero is, and Franz Wagner, and you have Mo Wagner, right? That's his brother. And they hate on those 2 guys. I mean, Suggs. We have a great team all the way around, but those are the ones being talked about online. They're calling Mo and Franz Nazis because they're from Germany, and Mo Wagner doesn't look like he's very good at basketball, but he really is, and he antagonizes the other teams. He pisses them off, and not on purpose, just by his hustle. And it's been fun watching all that kind of go down and all that hate online. We're starting to get respect, though, from some big players and big reporters, saying, man, this young Orlando team is really, really good. And, so I am very proud of them is really what I'm trying to say overall.
Well, good.
But they have a big game tomorrow night. Game 6. They lost one game 5 the other night by 1 point.
1 point.
We missed so many free throws. It was Evan Mobley blocked Franz Wagner's shot at the last second to win the game. And kudos to Mobley. I like the players on the Cavs. I like the way that they're playing. They're playing tough. They have a game plan. They're more experienced. We're not ready, but this is a really good experience for us. Can we win this series? I think we can. But after we win the series, we got to play Boston. Boston's without Porzingis. We played Boston very well in the regular season. This is a different ball game. But we can win this. We can.
Well, I will be not watching, but watching the highlights.
I believe in us, man. And Markelle Fultz, one of the guys everybody's hating on, he's had a very strong series. He obviously is exposed. He can't shoot outside. His 3-point shooting and stuff just is not quality. And it hurts us, but we can actually use that to our advantage if we use him the right way. We always I know I'm kind of boring to some people that don't care about basketball, but there's some basketball fans that hopefully will kind of get this, is when you're driving down the court and you're not a good outside shooter, Markel Fultz, right now, Paolo Banchero's is our star, and we're trying to feed him the ball a lot. But when we come down the court and instantly pass the ball to him, and then he runs out to the 3-point line, he sucks at shooting threes. Stop doing that. Like, that's the play. That's how we do it. Like, Markel, come down, drive, make all the defense come towards you, and then pass the ball out to Paolo and to these guys when they're more wide open to shoot threes.
Orlando Magic, hear this? Hire this guy.
It's
so obvious.
I'm telling you.
That's all they have to do.
You have to play, and sometimes that's easier said than done. From a fan, we can say whatever, but I'm just saying, for every problem there is a solution if you're not hard-headed about it. So sometimes you have to, when you make a change, we got to play this style back. The NBA is such copycats. Coaches are copycats. They find out what works, they study what works, and then they implement it. And a lot of them aren't creative, or they're scared to fail because they could lose a lot of money by failing to be creative. And we have a team that you can be real creative with, and the coach is learning as well. So I don't hate on him for not trying these little things that I'm saying.
But that's what you have to do, right? It's like in Moneyball.
You have to use,
like with the A's. Like you have to be willing to take a risk if something's not working, and nothing's been working for the Magic for how long? So what? Maybe there is a new style of playing. I mean, all sports have progressed over time to where it is now.
Yep.
So maybe they're on to something new.
And then even in the NFL, a good defensive team wins a lot of Super Bowls. Even if their offense isn't what, like how many did...
Look, you're talking to a Giants fan. Are you trying to tell me our offense won us the Super Bowls? Not
and even when the Patriots did win them, it really wasn't because of Brady. It was their defense. It was a balanced, game. Like Brady was a big part of it. Not saying he's not, but his statistics weren't 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. It was a 2 to 3 touchdown performance. Can
we switch real quick? Watching the draft was the same. You didn't get to see it. The NFL draft was
that was last Thursday too.
Yeah, and that was fun. But I think what I forgot was that Belichick is no longer a coach, right? So Belichick and Barry Sanders are sitting there, and there's other football players or whatever, and they're having a conversation. And I've never heard Belichick speak positively, like kind of excited and respectfully to somebody like he did to Barry Sanders. He's like, every time we played you, it was like every player, I don't care where he is, you go for him. Like, and he just had this lightness, and he was telling his, like, the way that he operates, which I've never heard him talk, but I'm so curious because he's one of the best coaches of all time. And now that he's not coaching, I'm so excited to hear what he's going to have, because his take on plays, it's like almost like with the Mannings, when you're watching the Manning cast, where they can call the play and they know exactly what's going to happen before it even happens.
Yeah.
But with him, it's like another level, because the way that guy's mind works, it's in fucking insane. And I'm so excited to like hear that kind of stuff. Like
I like that perspective too, because it's one of these coaches that, unless you're a Patriots fan, everybody hates him. But but you respect him. Yeah. And to be able to take him out of coaching, so you don't got to hate him that way anymore, and hear his take on things. Everybody wants that. That's attractive. That's.
I can't wait. He's got to do the Manning cast. Like, I mean, he used to he was a coach for the Giants too.
Yeah.
And
he's
it's like
he's at Browns. He's had a long history.
I'm excited to see him in a different light than like the miserable looking dude he looks like.
So you happy with your draft? How
yes.
The Giants do.
Yes.
Who they get?
So I totally, hang on. I forgot his name. All I know is that the whole time I thought it was going to be JJ McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
And that is the quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines, which is my husband's favorite team. So of course I kind of felt some type of way. They just won the championship last year. So I was like, I'm still pissed off about the Giants sucking so bad last year. And I was like, well, maybe we need a new quarterback, but we lost Barkley. We have no receivers.
Yeah.
So, so we ended up drafting this guy. Hang on. This is the one my brother wanted so badly too. What's this guy's name? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Either way, he had this chain on his neck that was all diamonds, and it was huge for like his nickname. And I was like, that is the type of fucking guy we need. We don't need another Eli Manning, like clean cut polo khaki dude. I want my freaking Beckham Jr. back.
I'm looking.
I want like a Victor Cruz. I want somebody that's got some charisma and like that's going to be like, yes, exciting to watch on the field. I don't want to watch another fucking boring, clean cut dude. You know, we'll keep our quarterback that way, but please give me some fun people to watch because Jesus, it's a struggle to watch the Giants play.
I want to see your draft grade. The Dolphins were like an A-. Hold on. Giants are A-. They got round 1, Malik Neighbors.
Yes, Neighbors. That's right. What kind of thing? So it said like leak or something, and it was huge, and he looks so cool. Like
you got a safety from Minnesota in round 2. You got.
I only watch round 1.
A cornerback from Kentucky and Andrew Phillips in round 3, pick 6. Cool.
Hang on, it's Neighbors is spelled different. That it's like Nabors or something.
Nabers.
He's trying to pull up the picture to show. Like, but I was excited about that. I'm excited for football in general this year because like it's so. I can't even believe I'm going to say this out loud. I'm excited to watch the Lions. Like, I mean, because of Brent liking them.
Brent is excited, and you're excited.
And Dan Campbell is just like one of the most amazing. Like, and just humans, like to watch, person. You can't help but root for them. It's like you watch Hard Knocks and you see them. And now they had the draft in Michigan. Eminem comes out. Like, they had Megatron, everybody. And I'm like getting all excited. I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me? I'm a Giants fan.
Super cool to see that town.
Look at him leak.
Detroit. To see that town in Detroit get a championship. Get, like they made the playoffs. You know, they have a good team. They have a good coach.
Yeah. They deserve it. I'm not kidding, man.
It'd be awesome to see.
That city needs it. That city's come from
your Kid Rocks and M&Ms and all these guys would just be like going crazy.
I never thought I'd say that, but it's just like and when I have gone and visited there, like everybody up there, they're just like so passionate about their city. It's not like Orlando where people here in Florida, they're from other places. They don't have that kind of hometown passion like you do in other states.
You don't even see the Florida State down here the same. Like you
not anymore,
but not as much. It's diminished. You know, that competitive. Maybe it's just because we're getting older and we're not.
Oh no, it's probably because their football teams suck. It'll go like if they got good, then like
we were talking about it at work in high school. You know, half the school was wearing Gators, the other half FSU on
in Miami
games, and then you have a chunk of Miami guys, and they could talk trash because all their players were going to the NFL. You know, and it was kind of a cool time because you had these animated coaches back then. You had Spurrier and you had Bobby Bowden.
Yeah,
you know, you had all these coaches that, man, when they talked, you listened. Like you watched ESPN. There's only one or two places to get the news, you know, to get your sports news, and you watched it.
Well, that's
on
the
TV.
thing too. You only had
and you built this camaraderie to that, and now you're like, I don't have to. Like nobody wants to go on ESPN now.
Yeah,
it's a bunch.
You're not going to force me to watch these
people
teams.
Forcing opinions, and they've turned it instead of talking about the game, it's all about the social issues of the players, who's wanting to be traded, who's not happy.
Because it's a 24-hour cycle of sports. You can only talk about the game for so long before it's like, okay.
I agree. But see, it was so cool that, like, when baseball season was in, they were talking baseball, man. It was baseball season. Basketball was back in you'd see articles in the paper every once in a while, that would come out about your team, and everybody would talk about it. That would drum up the interest on it, you know. Now you're getting, info by the minute. So, like, everything is dispersed. Well, like I watch some of the Gators, right? I understand, but I don't follow or. I mean,
but we've come so far from when we were forced to watch that because you had 2 channels to watch.
Yeah.
And like you had no choice, and now it's like you have all the choices. You realize there's way more teams. You realize there's other sports. There's other things to be interested in.
Do you remember
so
when
it's like,
and at the same time, people would go, well, there's nothing to do in Titusville, or there's nothing to do here.
Hate that.
Right? There is a lot of things to do. Well, the proof now, go on Facebook and go into the events and just scroll through pages of events that are happening every single day in Titusville.
But that's the thing. When people say that, it's because they're looking to do things that are not nature, space, history, whatever. Like we are like you got to be an outdoors type of person. You got to be
Yep.
okay with that. Like if you're trying to go to a club, if you're trying to shop, if you're trying to do that we're not your town. But you want to go to the river, you want to go to the beach, you want to go fishing, you want to hike, you want to ride your bike, you want to like be outside.
Yeah.
Come on, check it out.
I posted one of the events in our group. I don't know if you saw. I think you saw it. I'm trying to find it right now. It's pretty damn funny. It was a sign that was written wrong. Did you see that?
No.
You guys see the sign at Brevard Lumber?
No, what?
80 years and we still got wood.
It's funny because I probably have seen that before, but to know that somebody in Titusville actually did that, that's awesome.
Let me see. Where did I post?
Speaking of events in Titusville, hang on. You gonna tell me?
Yeah. Here goes. Out in Mims, they posted something, and the Truth About Titusville shared it. September is not that far away, Mims, Florida. Family flicks on the farm. So they're going to be doing some movies on the farm out there. Family.
It looks like it says Fox.
Family fucks on the farm.
Oh my God.
So someone posted it in the group.
That's hilarious. The sign literally looks like it says family instead of flicks because the L and the I are so close to each other.
So do you remember like that was the old memes even kind of in the day? You'd be driving down the road and you'd see something. Remember Taintsville is the one that everybody knows, right? Like, but they came up with that name because they were mushed in the center and kind of nothing. And the town voted on what they wanted to be named, and they voted on Taintsville. Only later on did the word taint.
Oh my God!
Start become the spot between your.
Can't let people vote on that. Yeah. Bodie McBoderson.
Yeah, hey, it's all there.
Events in Titusville. I have to tell you, Hardware Store had an event on Monday. Taylor Swift trivia. Oh my God!
Was it busy?
Busy, couldn't even describe it because Harry Potter is always the busiest trivia. I think the most teams they've ever had was like 34, and that's a lot. We're talking the Hardware Store.
That's people outside,
and that's teams. That's people, 4 people, like 3 to 4 people a team.
Do you trust the outside people from cheating?
Yeah, nobody's gonna be cheating because everybody's watching everyone, and they will tell in a second. And Kyle walks around, right? So it's Taylor Swift trivia, and it was so cool. There was 48 teams. There were so many girls, and like working at that brewery for like 6 years, it's always overwhelmingly filled with dudes. And these were all younger girls, and it was so cool to see them all with their friends, all geeking out. I got my first friendship bracelet, my Taylor Swift friendship bracelet, and I helped grade, but it was insane. But there are people in Titusville. There's stuff to do in Titusville.
Big time. There really is.
But yeah, 90s trivia next month.
Really?
Yeah, you want to do it?
Yeah, probably will. I've done a couple trivias up there.
Yeah, they had 90s trivia, Disney trivia, and then Harry Potter.
I forget which one. A Friends trivia I was up there for.
Yeah.
With a crew of friends.
Another big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. Kyle does a really good job.
I've been up to the brewery in a while. I need to go.
Yeah.
I haven't been out much.
Well, you got a nice situation here at home now, so I wouldn't want to leave you there.
Yeah. Even T. I haven't T. I'm seeing him when he walked, in. I'm like, dude, I feel hugs.
He was worried about you. It was like 6:02. He's like, oh my God. Is Dad coming?
Is he? Well, I didn't have my phone. I'll leave my phone places sometimes for a long time.
Same.
And I'll oh man, what if someone's trying to get a hold of me? And
then the anxiety and guilt
in your head. Yeah, it's weird. But how you doing, man?
Super good. Good. Yeah.
What's going? I know last I saw you, you were working on the studio a little bit, and then every day when we are talking, studio work, and album almost done. What's going on with that?
The studio is like 99%.
Nice.
Almost buttoned up. Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
It's a good feeling.
Were you guys working on the doors this past weekend, right?
Yes.
And you got that done?
Yeah, we'll seal them up. It's
these big old open bay doors that open up from
Yeah.
the garage. You can open it up and air the place out. And since I've been coming over to hang out, they've been kind of buttoned up shut because there was some swelling in the bottom that need to get changed out. And now you guys have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, some hinges had to be replaced. They're like big 4x8 foot bay doors. So what we do is we seal them up like right now before it gets super buggy.
Yeah.
And in November, cold fronts, whatnot, then we can open them and close them. But now it's the button up time. So we're going to seal them up, do a little bit of caulking, button it up.
You know what would be
summer.
kind of cool is if we could get some kind of application that can quickly, like a screen, to where even in the summer, if you need to air it out a little bit and have a screen to block in from the
like
bug,
people do in their garages.
but still get the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, it's
Wonder if
cool.
there's a way.
It's a little tough because
It's got to be, yeah.
we don't want no humidity in there, all the gear.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's pretty important, too.
Usually November to
Yeah.
April is when you can open
That
them
makes
up.
perfect sense.
But yeah.
And it's nicer anyway to do that.
And we
You're
got
not
the
suffering.
window back. We didn't have the window for a while, and we'll probably get Aaron to put another
yep.
window in.
We'll
Yeah.
get that done.
So
for
it's
sure.
almost buttoned up, and Kyle in the 8-minute miles.
Yeah.
Been chatting up Kyle, and
I love hearing what you're telling me about it, too.
oh, cool. Sam who plays with them is on tour. I believe he's still on tour right now with Flagman.
Yeah.
Check that out. He's going to get in here.
Oh, definitely. They got a good following, man.
They've been going for a long time.
Tell us about Flagman.
Flagman, kind of, vaguely speaking, there's a vibe there's like a Primus vibe,
Big time.
because
They played the first EcoFest.
they're all really good on their
Yep.
instruments, and they don't mind like wandering around in the genre, but they have a great show. We went to did we go to a show?
Man, they put a really good play
Sam
on
is
some
a lead
really
guy.
hardcore music, and they get creative with kind of like the Nature Kids in a way, where they get real creative with some of their music and some of the stylings that they'll pull from to inspire a song.
Yeah.
Kind of play with a song, and it's fun, man.
Yeah, they're not part-timers.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely. You could tell
I love hanging out with
their
all of them.
TikTok game is pretty solid.
Yeah, they're on top of it.
Yeah, they really are.
So we got one more song to finish mixing before their Kyle and the 8-Minute Miles album is done. I'm psyched about that.
It's pretty awesome. This has been a couple years of working on and leveling up from and growing into and developing the style, the plugins, the being able to
The workflow.
to quickly
Yeah.
say I want to do this to this song and be able to quickly do it. It's not an easy task, man. It's so easy to mess something up or make something sound weird.
Yeah.
Like the Foo Fighters, how good and clean and crisp and everything are they, right?
Yeah.
And it's a trained and a profession and a
Yeah.
passion in developing that play. And these are young, how old is Kyle and them?
Like 26.
So, they're younger kids, man, and they are hungry and they love doing it, and you can tell, man, and they're
Yeah.
having fun with it. And to be able to have, Grandpa, Thad over here, to help them along the way,
Yeah.
and be a part of that with them, and
So cool.
and experience all that growth together, and take that old history from a super old man,
Dang.
Jesus.
Fossil tea.
Wow.
Fossil tea.
Oh my God. No. Oh my God. I gotta go to the bathroom now.
Yeah, go ahead. No, but it's really cool to see you guys all and Quill and them are going to be coming this weekend.
Yes.
Coming
All
up?
right. Yeah. Quill Darling. You might find her on the.
Love
I
Quill.
love that
media.
name. I
Yeah.
love it so much.
Such a good voice.
She was act number 1 at the
EcoFest.
original EcoFest, and she played at the recent
Second one, too.
EcoFest.
Yep.
She's in, and yeah, we love working.
She's
with Quill.
man, her Instagram game. That's where I see her at, sharing all of her stuff and some of her music and all of her.
She's a rad artist.
She has a really cool personality, man.
She's nice.
just really just an awesome person all the
She
way around.
is.
Yeah, definitely. I look forward to that this weekend. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be, once the studio's buttoned up, and like you said, we've got some workflow going on. We can do things quick. I think that this is going to be a prolific year for everybody.
Man, it's exciting.
Best ever. I'm just say this is the best setup I've ever, where I can make things happen quick, and I got my own facility, and everything's just buttered
and
up.
it's kind of refreshing
So great.
because how long have you lived where you live at now?
I think 2004, but we've been jamming there since like 84.
So
Whoa.
20 years of owning and living there, but 40 years practically of living and playing and being out there pretty much in that garage. So now, a flood comes through, damages, part of the building, getting it rebuilt, getting it put back together. It's kind of like a fresh thing to where like all the ideas over the years that I thought if I was going to make a change or do something different, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
He's now having the opportunity to do that, build it back and fresh, and it's exciting. It's really cool, man. You've got, getting down to Jamaica and spending time down there and having that sweat equity of that experience and that relationship. And
we got Ryan coming in and out. We're writing songs together. We're going to wrap up what we got.
Dude, he's got some, I want to hear the funny song with Kyle and them on Sunday, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
They created a song. What was the title?
Rumpus.
Rumpus?
Yes.
And it's hilarious.
I guess I'm going to have to try to find a way to sneak away from my family.
Definitely. And you can also, like any of the music and the local bands that we talk about with T and all that on our Spotify, I created like a local Central Florida artist playlist. And I'm eventually going to throw out, I'm been terrible on Facebook.
Me too. I don't like Facebook anymore.
Like we used to we used to post episodes and share them and be all about it. Now I just get out there and I post it and share it and let it be what it is.
It's just not the same.
But it's hard to, I don't want to force the community, but we are so kind of spotty on when we recorded for a long time.
Right.
And we would take chunks. So it's hard to really drive a following that way, especially when we're not really trying to drive the following that way yet. We're just trying to learn and vibe and experience, have fun, get away from the kids.
Yeah.
Go record places, interview.
I mean,
people.
if it happens, it'll happen. I hope.
And we want it to, but we want it to happen naturally. We got to figure out how we, all this. There's so many things that come into play.
Yeah.
But it takes a drive from a group, and it takes a group of support to push with you.
Well, it's hard now. Facebook is so it's getting to be
getting old.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm saying it's hard. On Instagram, we have Monica and Thad, and we got Tim and friends on that are supporting the post, and it's awesome. And I want to get some of those guys actually in here on
Instagram's so different though, because it's just the picture, so it's not the conversations like you used to have in these in Facebook with the comments and stuff. It's a lot different. I mean, it has comments,
and then you got TikTok, which is fun and funny, and there's
I love TikTok. They're going to take that away from us.
We actually just got our feed set up to do. We're going to be on YouTube. They have a podcast section now on YouTube, even audio version.
Okay,
because now they have YouTube Music. That's an audio version. Just like
I've seen it.
And Spotify,
that's cool.
Putting their hat in the ring, and they have so much content from YouTube that they've been letting everybody upload for free for years. It just makes sense for them to organize all that and set that up, because then when we get onto the video portion of doing this podcast, and because let's be real, when we started doing this, we didn't even know how to, use a mixer or hook up a mixer to a computer, you know what I mean, and take video edit or audio editing software and create a show. In just a few, 4 or 5 years of playing around on, doing on the side, we've already got to, all this equipment. We've learned so much. We've had so much fun, so I'm super happy and thankful for all of it and want it to continue.
I am thankful to be here.
Man, and
thank you both.
I feel like we're setting ourselves up for something bigger down the road, and when you, are building something, it takes a lot of time, and we have to be willing to change, which we've done a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it'll happen when it's supposed to.
Yep.
If it does. But these playlists, with the local artists and stuff, I want to start kind of maybe sharing that a little bit more, trying to add local artists to it a little bit more. I think it would be cool, as T's working with new artists and doing new things. To be an avenue to interview, because when we first started doing this, one of the things we like to do is talk about music a lot.
Yeah.
But that was more with you, Charlie, and Joe, because you guys had very similar taste.
Yeah.
And you guys all grew up together, so it was a really good conversation with you guys. And then I was a little different and had different. Mine was more experience based.
Yeah.
And having T in here doing what he's doing, and with the local vibes and your love for music too. I just feel like we should talk about it a little bit more and shine light on, these bands that he's working on.
Yeah.
Like, I think that'd be kind of cool. So it's cool to have all of them come in on Sunday.
Yeah.
And do all that with us. Because we've attempted to kind of be more musical and even have some people on the show to do, to play
what time?
live. But on Sunday, probably evening. It doesn't matter. Morning.
It's here, right?
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll let you know. I'll hit him up tonight or something.
I'll figure something out because even if you guys are, the kids will be in bed by 7.
Even if it's for a little bit, and if you got to send Brent, send Brent. Brent's allowed to come here.
Brent is not a music person. He likes music. Whatever. No, I'm coming.
Hey, what's going on?
I heard Brent was wanting to be here today. Oh yeah, white shirts.
Oh my gosh,
white shirts. Feeling white today.
I'm totally left out.
I don't hang my shirts up very good anymore, and Lori hung this one for me and made it real nice. And it was just like sitting right there, and I was like, "Ooh, your milk.
Well hung shirt.
Your
He's
milk.
excited to see us.
Milk. That's coffee.
Oh, your tea is lactating in coffee.
Should we take a break?
Yeah.
Are we good? Okay.
Take a break?
Yes. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Let's do it.
It's got these two right here.
Made me laugh so hard.
I did.
Yes, when you were what do you call that?
Your grandpa.
No,
The fossil tea.
Yes, the fossil.
These are the ones here
that's so funny.
that I was listening to their commentators on football.
Oh yeah.
Charissa and what's that guy's
I
name?
forget his name. I know him. He's a defensive. He's used to play for Seattle.
Their team.
Sherman.
I like the way they throw it around.
Yeah, man. Me too.
Sister, I said, what have you put in your head? And she spoke, smoke, she said, toying with a blade of grass, I fast consumed myself with thoughts of her and where we were was under flocks of little birds. The painted dragon in the sky was telling, take to me the night, and it was 2, and I heard someone say, everyone is curving, everyone is curving. I go this way, I go that, and I keep going. Saturate, generate, no fear, she's rocketing these eyes, fatalistic version. Everybody turns to the land. The words you say again are like a piece of fence that is slapping in the wind, and why you say it?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello? Hello?
I said hello.
Yeah, who is this?
Why do you're the one that called me.
I want to know who you are.
Why?
Look, I have seen your number on my man's cell history.
I don't think so.
Yes, I did. More than once.
Okay.
Why are you calling my boyfriend?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is going on?
I'm an old lady.
I cannot believe you.
Children.
How long has this been going on for?
I don't know what you are talking about.
You tell me the truth.
Okay.
And then we exhaled.
We are back. We did a garden tour.
Yeah.
Scott's garden.
We forgot
great.
about what we were going to talk about, but I'm pretty sure I got us down pat. I think we're okay, right?
Start with Gator Haven.
That's what I wanted to talk about there, T. He was telling us a story before we started recording tonight, and I'll let you explain it.
Once upon a super long, boring story. Nah, I was working today in the woods, and thanks for the token.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, so it's real dry, but getting real hot, and everybody wants to go to their place. The gators are on the move. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I was working.
You live like in a place where he lives, where you're one amongst the animals
Yeah.
in Florida.
You're all in the nature.
And all we're seeing right now on the internet are videos of gators chasing things, gators in ponds coming after things, and guys with high-speed boats running them through ponds, and gators chasing the boats and trying to catch the boats, and it's a game. Like, we live amongst gators, and T has some areas around his house that could be just ready to pounce on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened?
Okay, and Scott's right. There's a bunch of like ponds, like maybe like half-acre ponds, a few smaller frog ponds here and there, and they hopscotch, walk around it in the warm nights and whatnot. Anyways, I was working, and sometimes like a motorcycle or a rocket launch will like trigger them to a male to I think it's called bellowing. I'll have to double check with Frank, but it's not the little squeaky thing that the baby alligators do. It's that I did one.
What
for
does
you.
it sound like?
Yeah, give it to us.
All right. I don't know if it's going to sound like it right away.
Frank is judging you. Know this.
I believe in you.
All right. Except way deeper. And
pretty good.
And it got me up my back. And I was like, holy damn, that thing's near me.
That was really good.
Oh my God.
And anyways, I went over, and it was a big alligator,
It's so weird growing up around them.
How far? How far away was it?
It was just 50 feet, but it sounded like in my monkey brain, it was like right behind me.
Yeah.
And I was just like checking my back the whole time after that, because he wasn't leaving the pond.
Like, I can't imagine living where you live, though. Like, 'cause even being around them, like, I'm not scared of gators. I love seeing them from afar. But then there's those moments where, like, you see them up close and you remember, like, fuck, they could take off at any second. Those things are so fast. You don't know what they're thinking. I mean, at any moment. So, like, at Channel Lakes, right here in Titusville, those gators are on the banks by the lakes. Everyone's just walking with their strollers. I've done it with my kids. And I'm always like, oh, my God, at any moment. Now, if they growled at me like that, oh my God, bet your ass it would be like the fastest I've ever run in my life. And he'd probably be chasing me.
So the Ears group did Channel Lakes last week with Dr. I think I'm pronouncing it right, John Wise, who Ears, and Dr. John Wise from Louisville.
Oh.
We got to touch base on Louisville because of Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, shout out Louisville.
But they came down, and we did some catch and release gator studies, and it was right there at Channel Lakes. And man, there was so many.
So many.
It looked like something you'd see in Africa with just the logs everywhere, but they're gators.
Yeah. And it's crazy how people literally just walk around them every single day. And you don't hear shit.
But there ain't no bottleneck where the weeds come right up to where you're walking. You got a pretty wide berth on either side, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, but they still lay right next to the path sometimes. Like,
No,
I mean, I've literally had to like walk in the grass so far away to get around them. Like,
it's weird and sketchy.
And a lot of them, they don't even care. They just want you to leave them alone.
Right.
It's like, and it's really your temperament and how you're acting towards it is usually how it responds to you.
exactly.
Like if you're fishing and you have something that they want to eat that's close to you, they're going to come after that. They're really not coming after you.
That's why I don't.
They see
yeah.
people all the time normally, and in their DNA coexisting with us, I think, to an extent. And now, are there outliers? Sure. That's why you got to be
Ted
careful
Bundy.
and be safe, I mean, you got to kind of not all of us can be Frank, we all can't sleep in trees.
He was
and
calling them in
bellow
and sending them out.
with
his calls.
We all can't
It was cool.
fly up to Chicago and call like a gator in, and save the city and get keys to the city.
We all have skills.
But they know, him and his uncle, they know. And when we were wrangling them gators, they pulled in, I was part of the team that reeled it in like a 400-pounder maybe. It was 11 foot plus. And
At Channel Lakes?
yeah, it was big.
What?
He had to do the finger part.
I didn't
Where's
do none
that
of
guy been hiding?
He had to do that part of the test.
I didn't do the carrot.
Well, not like a matter of
No, but Frank was like, okay, we got him, and Frank did his thing, which is it's that moment where Frank has to straddle on its back, and you got to calm it.
Oh, my garage.
That's pretty clutch
Oh,
right
my
there.
garage.
But then he's on it, and him and his uncle, and he's like, all right, Thad, swap out. And I'm like, what?
Gator Bill.
But yeah, he had me help out, and I was on the back of this 11-footer. It was intense.
That's got to be.
When you guys
I've
are
never
doing
done
this,
that.
are people around other areas looking at you and watching you? They must think it's insane.
Yeah, there was the students were going out and interacting with him and talking to him about him, and everybody's pretty jazzed, you know, because we weren't there to harm any animals,
Right.
of course. But yeah, everybody was psyched and everybody's interested. Everybody's real proud. All the walkers, you know, these
Yeah.
we know them, we name them, and like you, they're like sometimes they're walking around and we gotta like do a big wide
Yeah.
go around.
Just be extra safe.
Cool.
Busy out there, and it's beautiful. I'll say that. I haven't been out there in a minute. It is.
And we haven't
Pretty
been
awesome.
getting much rain lately, right?
Yeah, it's dry. It's crackly.
And it's crackly out there with you, so there's just any of these little water holes, gators are condensing into them right now.
Yep.
See
Yeah.
that? See that knowledge that I just brought?
We're all hoping for rain.
Wow.
We need a little bit each week.
Gator Scott.
Gator Scott.
Is there going to be any rain at the Kentucky Derby this weekend?
Man, I do not know. I'm not sure. Today is my first. I'm gonna honestly admit it's my first day of actually looking at the horses and picking my horses, and like I bet. Okay,
Like it's your thing. You do this because
Quinn
I
Fighter
don't
has
get
an
into
app.
it.
So about growing up as a kid, I think it was 87 or 88. I was maybe 9 years old, 10 years old. The Derby, Winning Colors won. I think it was 1988. Winning Colors won, and I was at the Derby for that.
Oh, wow.
With my family, because we lived in Louisville, the Churchill Downs, right there. Louisville, Kentucky. It's an amazing event, and it's kind of like the Daytona 500 in a way. You have a very classy section, and then you have a section in the inside where everybody's drinking and partying and smuggling and drinks, because mint juleps and shit there are $15-$20 a piece. So even my mom and them, admittedly, they would take water bottles, because you could bring a cooler in if you were coming in on the inside, and drill holes and put your vodka in it, and then plug it up, and then you'd have your vodka and not open the water bottle and shit like that. People do that at those.
I didn't know that people could get
It's
I thought it was only
It's
rich people
expensive.
could go there and
and really most
They
people,
don't throw it out.
most people from the area up there, they don't go. It's usually a big, a lot of people come in from, famous people. You got a lot of people go to that. But they all dress up and go to the houses, and everybody's partying at the houses, and you got the Oaks, and you got all the horse races, and everybody bets, from the houses. It's amazing. It's just an amazing experience. We got to experience years ago, getting on the backstretch and seeing some of the richest people, in the world, like some of these horse owners, commingle with some of the poorest, some of the people that take care of the horses and live with the horses. And, they're all immigrants that work with these horses. And it was so cool walking into this little thing called the International Bar. And it was like this concrete building. You walk in and it's just a concrete floor with pool tables. And you see guys with leisure suits on, like these millionaires, and some of them are billionaires, playing pool and laughing and smoking cigar with a dude covered in dirt from the stables that work the stables. That's their horses racing. They're on break, or they're on whatever time, and they're having a beer, and they're sitting there hanging out with the owners, and they're talking about the horse and how's he looking, what's his mannerisms been, just having these interesting conversations. But then right to the right, there's 8 or so betting tables where you can just walk up and place your bet. So you're watching horse racing, talking horses, living amongst the horses, and it's all right there at Churchill Downs on the backstretch part.
yeah.
And those are, on every weekend, that type of thing's probably going on, during their race circuits and stuff. And Florida has a derby. Horse racing is really everywhere. And it's one of the richer, I think, events. Japan has horses coming in now and everything, and compete. In the last few years, they've had one that, have high hopes to do well. Sierra Leone is a Kentucky bred horse that's 3-1, and a lot of people think that horse is going to be the one that wins the Derby. Fierceness is a 5-2 odds. They both have bad, positions, but but this is on Saturday. This event, and those are two horses that a lot of people are talking a lot about. I don't know too much. I know just a touch is a 10-1 favorite, and there's some chances there. So 5-6 years ago, I started betting, and I won on a $20 bet or $50 bet. I won like $400, and they had to mail me a check, right? And I was so proud, and I was boasting.
It's a major award.
So then the next year, I won another $200 on like a $50 bet, and I kept picking the right horses. So then this turned into a thing where Jared bets, Andrea bets. I bet, and a few other people bet, but usually it's us betting. We had a derby party here last year, and watched it on TV where everybody that came was giving me money and picking their horse, and then I would bet for them on the app, on the Twin Spires app, and none of us won. The horse that I picked to win actually won the race, but only due to a technicality, so his award for winning did not go to the people that bet on him because he didn't win the race. A horse ahead of him actually won, but then got disqualified.
Oh, I think I remember that.
So I was like, oh, man. So I still had the good streak. So then last year when we bet, nothing. Like, I really just nothing. I didn't win at all.
It's weird. Betting has like never been like a thing for me, but like my brother, he lives in New Jersey, and everybody bets on shit up there.
And more people are betting because it's legal now.
Dude,
in more
like
places.
I like, because we go to I go up there every year for a Giants game, and it's like we tailgate with all these guys, and that's literally all they talk about is like betting on like not even just like who wins the game, like so much in depth, and it's just never been like my life.
An app now here in Florida where you can bet. There's a bunch of ones online. You had to do your FanDuels and stuff.
Bet online.
We did a little bit, but anyway, last year, Jared, this horse was like he put $5 on the long shot, and it was like a 50 or 60 to 1 last year.
There's your odds.
And, yep, that's the odds. There you go. And Jared won like $1,500 on $5.
What?
Because he bet on the long shot. So I didn't. I should have. I had all these bets. Totally did.
I heard about that.
I'm ready this year.
Think about betting that basketball player that just got banned from the NBA. I heard he was throwing games on purpose and stuff.
And dude, that really happened, dude. And that's a Toronto player, I think.
How did he think he was going to get caught?
Seriously. And he was like taking himself out of game for injuries, like right at the time when his bet would want.
Exactly.
Like that.
And who's like, I heard like this guy's not even like a big deal. Like it's like who's betting? Who would make that bet?
He was trying to make money like superstars, but his own way. He was trying to cheat the system, man. How did he not think he was going to get caught? Like, are you serious? Like, they tracked
delusional.
That.
Like, it's just somebody who thinks that they know. I know.
Look at what's his name?
Pete Rose?
No.
Tani or from the Dodgers. His guy,
his interpreter.
Yeah.
And
stole $16 million.
And people still believe, like, the FBI or something had to come out and like clear him and say he had no idea.
I mean, I bet not. You know how much money that dude makes? He's not looking at his account. And honestly, I guarantee you, if that guy would have asked him for it, he probably would have gave it to him. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of relationship they had.
Yep.
But how fucked up that he's just doing it behind his back.
And so many people have either the families or a manager or an investor be greedy. They watch these people spend their money stupidly and go, if you're going to spend your money so stupidly, I'm going to take some.
Yes.
And then they do. And
you're not paying attention to your money?
And then as soon as that money runs out, they go, what happened to all my money? And then they blame the people that took from them. And it's like, you got to be self-responsible too and pay a closer eye. I know it's hard, but that's money, man. Yeah.
Man, you heard about Britney Spears? They say she's running out of money.
And they say something about needing to get back on a conservatorship.
Yeah, her videos have gotten a little. Man, I just feel.
I don't know what to say because I see the downfall, but I mean, like as soon as I heard that her husband, when she broke up, that supported her, that was a contract. Like that was a term they were contracted him to be with her.
What?
Yeah, it was like, and I might be kind of wrong on my terminology here.
Her trainer that she married?
Yeah, like there was some kind of thing when they broke up or something. It was like, maybe it was hearsay. I was on Twitter, and I was just, looking at shit and scrolling, like, because you see that's where you see all the
Dude,
Swift
man.
stuff you talk about. That's where I see some of the reality show stuff you.
It's so
watch.
crazy because people can just literally make shit up and like somebody will run away with it and nobody fact checks. They just immediately assume it's like the truth.
It's wild, man.
Oh.
And if we're gonna go there, I'm gonna bring some up. But and Kentucky Derby is awesome. Watch the shit. It's cool. Winspire's app is pretty awesome. It's you can actually bet on there because it's not legal to bet on in a lot of ways still on these apps. Like there's certain areas and certain places you can and can't. It's pretty awesome that you can bet on that app. So, but yeah, I want to talk about this going on. I know everybody's seeing this. Maybe everybody's not. But if you're on Twitter or if you're on YouTube or if you watch the news, you're seeing all those protests and the things going on. And like
they're canceling college graduation ceremonies.
UCF, there was always a section at UCF where it's allowed, and you have people spouting out, yelling things, having their views, experiencing their political activism or whatever it is. I don't care. It's just whatever. So all colleges are supposed to be an experience for kids to
figure it out,
speak their mind, figure it out, have emotions towards things, support things, sometimes wrongly, sometimes not. Oh wow. It's actually voice from him. You can leave that up. I'll bring that up. But so I've been, on Twitter, and I'm sitting there talking about the Magic, but then every other thing that's happening is Columbia University, Austin, UCLA, and each night it keeps getting worse to where like they've taken over some of these activists for Palestine to free Palestine. Like, I'm not going to get in the debate on who's right or wrong, and anything, because that's not the point that I even care to even bring this up about. Like, I don't want to put my hat in the right and wrong game. But war sucks, and people have opinions, and when war happens, people market wars. And the people that market the wars, the best, get the support of people and use that to their advantage and create any kind of discourse they can. And that's what other countries do to each other, to themselves, internally, externally. So who knows who's right or wrong in the grand scheme, or who's doing what and why. And so that's not my point here. I want to, it's wild to see some teachers and some
say more than 80 campuses.
Protesters, and there have been, there's protesters there that are kids that are from the school, and then there are people that are professionals that, they see the action happening and they come to the action. Whether it's some, behind the scenes, conspiracy or concerted effort, sure, it very well could be, but I'm not trying to make that statement. But they are went into the Hamilton building, the library, and kicked out people. They are there was one Israeli person that got beaten, and all of these fraternity guys, they came out and tore down part of an encampment to support their person who wrongly got beat up or whatever. So there's all this discourse, and the colleges can't make up their mind. I feel like if, you have rules and they're in place, you need to enforce them, because otherwise it creates, if you create an exception for some person or some thing, then you got to do it for everybody. So you got to be consistent so that you can stand upon morals, and I'll say that. And you got to do things respectfully on all sides. And I'll say that. But what do you do, right? When you're colleges that you make so much money off of your student base, so much money. Okay. And you got people that pay to your university with thoughts and everything. And you want to have freedom of speech and not, but you got to have order as well, right? What do you do?
What do you do, or what is?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, how do you handle that?
We're about to find out.
It's gonna get dirty, dude.
It already is.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm already like, because I told you I don't watch like violent videos and stuff a lot. Like, so this kind of stuff, it's really jarring when I see it. So I mean,
everybody has an opinion. You know, some people it's all Soros funded. Some people it's, you know, all Palestine funded, Hamas funded. Some of it's, you know, people that just don't understand the whole spectrum of grasp. They're following the narrative of a leader that they know or that they're hearing about. It's very easy to do. You know, it's very easy to create causes and, you know, create, you know, things, especially here with our open networks.
yeah.
And we've had open borders, you know, just funneling in, you know, people you don't know. And then all the stuff happening, you know, and right election year, perfect timing, you know, war going on in the Middle East where the real stuff's happening, you know what I mean? And, you know, Israel is someone that's been super close with us for years. And the anti-Semitism thing, you know, is something that's very real, you know, and people try to say, oh, the Holocaust and all that was fake. No, it wasn't.
Dude,
No, it wasn't.
I know.
No, it wasn't, dude.
It's
you know, and it's so easy to fool people that just sit behind a screen or don't experience things.
I guess like
or
I was telling you and asking you before this started, like I need to do some research into figuring out. I don't understand why, and like for so many decades, people hate Jewish people. Like I don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess, but it seems like it's a lot. Like a lot of people are always coming for them, and even in America, how people make those jokes about people in the industry and like they're Jewish. It's like they're Jewish, but like I don't understand why that makes them bad. Like what?
They're surrounded by people that want them to die.
Why? That's what I don't understand.
Well, it's
2024. Like, don't we all realize like we're a mix of like everybody now? Like,
I mean, in their lives,
everybody's DNA's everybody's now.
But see, like their countries don't live the same way our countries.
I guess you're right. Yeah,
they don't live under the
totally
same
sheltered.
Anything like they hate each other. Like there are bad actors on both sides. Okay, but I understand if I was. Let's say I lived, you know, down in the Keys, and each little island and key, there were people and inhabitants there that wanted to kill me, and I was in the very middle of all of that. I need to make a friend that's very powerful, number one, and you know, and be powerful for them, and show a strength because I have to overcome. And over the years, there have been wars where every side caved in on them at once and they still won. Okay. And some of it was with our help down the road, but they still won. They have different ideologies. Like one person's, you know, religion thinks that this land is their holy land. Another person's religion thinks this is their holy land. And they both have kind of some claims to it. And all these other countries have all fought for it at one point or another, you know, but this chaos and this anger and this hate, some of there's a lot of different factors and there's a lot of people that could be claimed to be at fault for it. But, you know, it is what it is. It is where we are now. And how do you handle it? It's like,
I don't know enough about this to talk about it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like the normal person wants to have the empathy. You know, the most people, and they should have an empathetic thing for everybody who's dying. Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody who's having to die from war, especially at this day and age. We're letting private and powerful entities and public and powerful entities risk this awesome planet that we get to live on. That's pretty unique.
That's a good word to throw in there, planet.
You know,
yeah, we're all here.
And for us to, like most people, like especially, you know, when you feel helpless, like what is one person going to do, you know, right? Like we all, you know, hate, like when in the 60s, when Vietnam and all that, when those guys came home, they were hated. And they went out there, they didn't know why they were going there. And then 30, 40, 50 years down the road, documents get released. Oh, that was bullshit. This is bullshit. That kind of stuff comes out. And whether it's really bullshit or not, and all, you know, everybody thinks that they know the exact answer. Okay. Everybody. But everybody doesn't have all of the information as a whole. Everybody wasn't behind the closed door and heard the recording of this person say to that person. We've all seen the movie. There's one like Ben Affleck even, to where it was like one word stopped, you know, the fear of all, some of all fears or something like that. Someone movie at Affleck, and they were like texting, and he, like, nobody wanted Affleck to text them, the Russians.
I have no idea.
And they all thought the bombs were going off, you know, but it wasn't. So he stopped at the last minute and didn't, you know, throw the nuke out when it was a private deal that we're trying to set up, you know, bad actors trying to make, you know, Russia and the United States go to war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So their human nature is very broad. Like, look at the end. Like when people say you want more government means a higher percentage of corruption, because more humans equals more corruption. Less humans equals less corruption by percentage, because for every 100 humans, there's a number of corrupt people, right? So the more people that grow, the number. So you have your Republican side. They go, we don't want that shit. But then we want everybody to self-govern, right? Well, when you let everybody self-govern, then you have your Enrons where everything's corrupt and built internally, and little micro corruptions, and then private deals. You become little micro countries. So, like, everybody is seeing this stuff in having movies and TV and now the internet and all these social media places and all this and dark webs, and everybody's hating each other, and everybody fucking like, you suck. No, you suck. You're wrong about this. You're wrong about this. You're a Karen. You're a Phil. You're a fucking asshole. Everybody's doing this. And there's certain people that are going, this is fucking working. Can you believe this? And then there's certain people like panicking that they've made decisions that have helped cause this.
I have a question.
What do you do?
Exactly.
It all comes back to Vanderpump Rules.
That's what, see?
Yep.
That's
It
why
sounds like
everybody-
Jax Taylor trying to stir up some shit and sit back and watch it, and he's loving it.
Yeah.
I can't talk anymore about this stuff, Scott. You're totally bumming me out, and
It's kinda
I
crazy,
want to
right?
like get upset and cry. I got.
Can I turn it around and make you laugh a little bit?
I don't know. Can you? Are you gonna
So-
say bad dad jokes?
Have you guys seen the part? I think it's in North Carolina. There were some frat boys, and these frat boys went to protect the flag. Some people were trying to take the American flag at the University of North Carolina or somewhere up there, and take the American flag down to put a Palestinian one up, right?
Okay.
So all these guys from Chapel Hill, Phi Kappa Phi, they went and there's a picture. I think you can see it if you can pull it up, T.
Yeah.
It's the UNC Chapel Hill Phi PI Kappa Phi. Yep. And when you pull that up, you will see that image right there with the kid with the backpack in the middle, holding the flag up there. Mm-hmm. If you go and watch the video of this, these guys are bros, right? These guys are like your Jersey Shore dudes.
Okay.
They're frat boys, okay?
Yeah.
And they're, 18 to 20, whatever year olds, whatever mid-age. And they are protecting America.
Okay.
From you stupid motherfuckers.
All right.
Like, just like you
Yeah.
would hear if you're in Mims at a bar drinking and hearing talking about, well, if I was up there, this, you know what I mean? And these kids are that. They said, we are not letting you commie bastards take our flag. and they were laughing and videoing it, and these people that are protesting can't do nothing about it, really, right? And so all of these people are now cheering on the frat boys.
Okay.
And the frat boys now we are America. Like, America, fuck yeah. This is Team America World Policing right here. Okay. And I want to, they've raised $400,000 on their GoFundMe.
Why do they have a GoFundMe?
Can I read this to you? Their GoFundMe description. You ready? Commie losers across the country have invaded college campuses to make dumb demands of weak university administrators. But amidst the chaos, the screaming, the anti-Semitism, the hatred of faith and flag, stood a platoon of American heroes, armored in vineyard vines in Patagonia, fueled by Zen and White Claws. These triumphant bohemians protected Old Glory from the unwashed Marxist horde, laughing at their shrieks and wails and shielding the stars and stripes from Soviet missiles.
Take my money.
These boys, no, men of the UNC Chapel Hill Phi Kappa Phi gave the best to America, and now they deserve the best. Help us raise funds to throw this frat party they deserve.
Oh my God.
A party worth the boat-shoed bro lariat who did their country proud.
Boat shoot.
I need to go home.
Great.
I'm tired. These bros. Dude, they made all that. They better do something good with that money and not throw an actual fucking party. But I do appreciate their post. That was good.
I salute you. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is like Animal House.
It reminds me of those guys who would go to those community meetings and they'd be like, the bros would like to be able to party until, like, you know,
right?
What are those guys called? They're fucking hilarious.
I'm not sure.
A couple years ago, but they're too, like, they're actors, but they go to, like, meetings and they're
so now
the bros need your money.
You know what's going to happen, right? Like, it's probably already happening and I probably just haven't seen it. Frats are going to see how well this went off and how much money they raised. And now this is going to cause all the frats to all of these universities to go and start pushing people out of these encampments. And it's like crazy.
Hey, I think you just figured out what they're going to do.
It's crazy.
That's what's going to happen. The frat boys are going to save America.
Letting the youth take control of the youth.
Mm-hmm. And there you go.
Like it, all I know is I don't have an opinion either way. I just think it's crazy. I do have an opinion. I do think this is all ridiculous. I don't think you should be, you can protest and have your whatever you want to, think, but to force it upon others and act like they're your way or no way, you're doing exactly the opposite of what you're sitting here preaching. You know what I mean? Like you're not real. You don't understand. You're being played. You're being used. And, it's people don't know how good they got us sometimes. And I know that can be a debated thing to say, but I mean, perspectives go a long way into understanding realities, right and wrong. Like there are sometimes people think of the ultimate right or wrong. Like this is the ultimate right or wrong. So no matter what it takes to get there, no matter how many people have to die to get there, like the Crusades, if you don't believe in what we believe, you die. Or that's a big. There's a lot of evil people with evil beliefs from every direction that think killing the other side solves all their problems. Like too much population, too little population, too much this, too much that. Your beliefs, my beliefs. There's so much of a larger percentage of humanity that believes in commingling and being peaceful and happy and loving, but we're all the ones that shut the fuck up and just live it and be it and experience it. Mm-hmm. And podcasting lets more of that, be shared to the world and let more people see that this happens. I just think before good, sometimes some turbulent, crazy, bad shit's got to happen. Who knows what's going to happen? But we'll see. I don't know.
Well, on that note, are we going to wrap this up? It's late. I didn't know that we've been doing this for so long.
I know, it's 8:30.
So Cat Williams next time.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cat
we-
Williams,
dude, we
Brady
got-
roast. We'll be able to talk about it because it's both live this weekend.
Okay, Brady roast this weekend. We got Cat Williams this weekend. Cat Williams is big because we've been talking.
Who
about
knows what he's
Diddy
gonna
stuff.
say?
This is going to be the next level, maybe, of all the Diddy stuff. Maybe.
But the roast, I think, is going to be even better because people are going to say stuff and they're not going to be able to cut it out. And like, what if he has? I'm sure he'll be a good sport. I'm sure they got this thing buttoned up tight, but it's going to be fun.
Like,
Both of them. It's going to be
There's
interesting.
a lot. So we got the Derby this weekend. We got some interviews going on this weekend with some local music here from Central Florida. We have
The Starliner launch is coming up too.
I mean, there's launches every night. Every night I sit in here and I hear a launch and I walk outside and I watch it. It's like every night.
It's like Gattaca.
It's every night. It's wild. It's wild.
Well, it was good seeing you guys.
Really good to see you guys.
Likewise.
I really enjoyed it.
I think Brent will be making an appearance next week.
I hope we get to see you, Brent. We would love that. Whatever night, tell them to hit me up and just, what nights work for them. We'll try to, playing around what works good.
All right, cool.
And T, love you, man. Really
Okay.
good to see you.
Yeah. Both of you.
We got a lot to talk about still.
Yeah.
And do here this year. So I really look forward to all the little plans coming together.
Same. Yep.
Love you.
Scott, I'm gonna chill and play your piano a little bit.
Yeah, man. More than welcome. Yep.
Why are you late?
Top screaming
No,
from the
it's
top
over.
of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor. He's screaming for more. Singing, you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight.